Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm on today to do a couple of projects with some of the goodies that were sent to me the other day by Globleland. So links to their products that I'm using in today's videos will be below, as will a link to their website if you want to go and check out what they've got. Piles and piles of goodies, which I'll be heading over to grab some more myself a bit later. Shh, don't tell anyone. And there's also a coupon code down below, which is NAT10, and that is for 10% off at checkout for everyone as well. So make sure you use that if you do grab anything. So let's get on with the fun. So here I've got the pen for my diamond dots and the glue, and you can see the little hole where I've shoved my pen in and grabbed out some of the glue. Even though the glue was a bit cracked, I still managed to get some in and it worked fine. So now the bag is a bit sticky there, so it's already got the glue on it ready to adhere my diamond dots to. So it's ready to go, and as you can see, the numbers and letters are really simple to read. My eyesight's not the best and I had no struggle at all. Now you can see on the packaging that there's numbers which are quite clear to read that tell you the number of the diamond dots that relate to the ones on the pattern as well. So I'm just undoing the packaging so I can tip them into the little container that I also received. So I did keep the bag in the plastic because it is sticky. I didn't want any dust and that adhering to it in the meantime. So this is my first time ever attempting doing the diamond painting, so I'm very slow to begin with. But I tell you, I sped up really quick, and this project only took me about, not quite an hour, I'd say, maybe 40 minutes or something, because I was still pretty slow. So you can see you just dab the pen onto your little diamond dot and it picks it up there, it sticks to it, and then you dab it onto the spot you want it, and the glue on the pattern just pulls it off, no hassle. I was a bit worried with my first one that it wouldn't, so I was there for ages, and then it's like, do I need to push it down? Or but you don't really. But it does sort of wobble around a bit, which I found a bit strange at the start, but it's good. You can sort of adjust the positioning if you need to straighten it up a bit more and get it where you want it. So yeah, after a while, you really do get into the groove of it, and you can go quite quickly, which is good. So it does become, at the start, I'm thinking, oh, you know, this is really like tedious, but after a couple of minutes you just like fly along with it, and it's quite relaxing. I did really enjoy it, so I'll have to grab out the other ones that I've got hanging around here and get those done as well. Perfect thing to do in the wet weather. So you can see there the couple that I've stuck on down the bottom. So I will go off and finish that round. So here I've finished the number ones, all the silver ones around the edge there. And I've realised with this little holder, if you shake it, the little grooves tip them over the right way to make them easy to pick up. Ingenious. So I've finished now, and I've got heaps of the diamond dots left, which is great. So you can keep them in case you lose any of the ones on your picture to replace them with, and use them in other projects, which I intend to do. And it looks beautiful. So now I've got to attach my shoulder strap. It does have a jump ring on it. I'm not exactly sure what that's for, whether it's to help you shorten your shoulder strap if you want to, or whether it's a spare. Yeah, not sure. But I use the lobster claws there to attach to the D-rings that are already on the bag. Very quick and easy, and that allows me to have my shoulder strap, but I can remove it easy if I want to as well. So there's my strap all attached. And then you've got your little chain on your zipper there. And we've got our tassel, and you also get a split ring or jump ring there as well that comes with the kit. So I could loop that through the chain and then loop it onto my tassel, and then I just use my pliers to close the ring off, and that attached my tassel as well. It's an absolutely beautiful bag. I really love it. Very well made, very sturdy. Yeah, quick and easy pattern to do if you just want a quick afternoon's project. It's a lovely little storage item for me now in my craft room. So then I found my Dauber, my spare Dauber pieces that I wanted to store in there. I thought that would be perfect. I did get another purse recently, but I've got my brushes in the other purse. So this one's going to be for my spare Dauber pieces because they fit perfectly. And I also stick in the excess diamond dots, and then I know they're there if one falls off of the bag and I need to replace it. So I just loved it. That was heaps of fun making that, and yeah, it's just beautiful. So now we're on to my next project for the day. I have some old book pages there, old blank book pages, and I have some white and cream cardstock. I thought I'd try a few different bits of paper to do my stamping on, and I'm using those lady stamps, the beauties there. They will, of course, be linked below. And I've got two types of archival ink, but I just used the brown one. And I've got my coloured stamping spots there, stamping up spots. I wanted to try some different colours and types of ink and papers to see how the stamps came out with the different items. So I've got my acrylic block there and I'm putting one of the ladies on. Beautiful little stamps. So I'm starting off with the old book page, which is my go-to. We've just got some blue ink there, which I'm dabbing on. I haven't done anything to prepare the stamps here. I thought I'll just see how they stamp as is. So I'm dabbing a fair bit of ink on. I haven't used these stamping spots much because I got them secondhand. Giving it a good solid press down. I've got my mat underneath just to add some sponginess underneath. And it's stamped really nicely. They are water-soluble inks, so it's not quite as clear and defined as the archival inks would be, but they still stamp. That one's stamped beautifully. I was very impressed actually with the quality of the stamps. So I did go on and do a number of different colours for my project, which you will see later on in the video. So I did try like the white cardstock and the cream cardstock as well, because at that stage I wasn't quite sure what I'd want to use for my project. I just thought I'd see how they turned out. But I ended up settling for the old book page. It turned out really nicely. They're really nice little size as well, these lady stamps. So here I tried them with the archival, the brown archival, and they were very clear. So now I've got the one that I stamped on the book page with the stamping spot, and I'm using the stamping up spot there to dab onto that plastic. It's like a table mat thing. And I'm just adding a bit of water with my water pen, because I want to do a bit of watercolour painting with the ink, just to fill in the dress a bit. It's so much fun stamping and then watercolour painting. And using the ink's great because you get sort of the same colour that you've stamped it in as well. And even though those inks are water soluble, they didn't bleed too much, not in this process anyway, and because I was using the same colour it really didn't matter. So then I just go ahead and colour in her dress and her shoes. And if any of the ladies had gloves or anything like that, I coloured them the same colour as well. And I cannot paint to save myself, so but I think they turned out quite nice, so it was a lot of fun. You don't sort of want to try a different colour with the water-soluble ones though, because then the ink will bleed and mess up your colours. Which I did try with the hair. I did try doing yellow hair, and I'd stamped the lady in red, and yeah, her hair just ended up red, so, but red hair's okay. So in the end, I did the rest of their hairs with coloured pencil instead, so I didn't have to worry about that happening. Had a very fine tip brush to do this. I think I did a necklace and earring there. So I've got this tub full of scraps of scrapbook paper. So I raided that to find all the bits for the tags that I want to make. And mind you, I didn't even have to cut the pieces down. I just used them the size they were, so it's really, really handy. So I just grab scraps out of that. And then I had this book. Well, I have 4 of these books. I won't allow myself to buy any more. Complete Guide to Sewing. And I grabbed a few pages out of that because I knew I wanted some of the text pieces for my tags as well. So there's some of the scrapbook pieces. And I grabbed some of my pattern scissors just to cut out one of the pieces that I wanted to layer on top of the other piece. I actually grabbed one of the scrap pieces of the scrapbook paper, and it had already previously been cut out with some of these types of scissors, and I really liked the look, and that's what gave me that idea. Now the bigger background piece of the tag I wanted to back onto some old book page just to give it a bit more of a vintage style and to make it a little more sturdy. So I did that with all of my tags. So while that's dry, I rip out a bit of the book text with one of the headings on. And I just use my ruler to rip around that to give it a bit of a rough edge, which I then go ahead and ink with my vintage photo ink. So then I can stick that onto my scrapbook paper. And then I use my tweezers to stick my little lady on top of that. It just gives her a nice background to stand out on the scrapbook paper with. And then now the glue's dry, I can cut out my tag background. And then I corner around the corners. Then again, I just go around the edges, front and back of my tag with the ink. And then I put it all together. I just love the colours. Then I raided all my textiles and found some bias binding. Thought that would make a nice tag topper. I just angled the ends, folded it over, and I'm just tacking it down with some glue. And then I raided my Rip Crack. I got the 2 different greens out, and I'm arguing in my head which one I want to use as usual. Takes me forever to decide, hence why I speed up the video. And then I just stick that on with my fabric glue as well. and trim off the ends. Make it all neat and tidy. And there's just a couple more things I need to do. So I've got a different tag here, and I'm showing you that I've sewn around it with a straight stitch and just a cream thread. And that helps hold the rickrack on and the tag topper as well. And I've got an eyelet there, and I'm going to put a hole in up on the topper. I've got these sort of flower eyelets, and I've been wanting to use them for ages, and they've just never looked right on any of my tags. I'm not sure if these tags looked good without them as well, but they looked okay with them. So I thought, that's it, I'm going to use them. So I did. So I've finished my tags here, and I had so much fun making these. Heaps and heaps of fun. So you can see I put the eyelets in. Don't know if they added anything, but I so wanted to use those eyelets, so I did, and I do like them. Just add something a bit extra, and it was just great to use those. So there's that one. Just think they're really cute, quite retro. Lots of extra writing space, and they'll go nicely in some future either retro themed or sewing themed journals, or eclectic ones. This one, some of them have the extra title there and some don't. This one. So all the scrapbook paper that I used came from the second-hand shop. I've got a lot of scraps from the second-hand shop because I haven't used it a lot to have enough scraps myself. I have a few, but not many. So I've found bags of scrappy bits of scrapbook paper in the second-hand shop. So it was great to drag them out and find some bits to use as well. And to use the rickrack also, something I don't pull out a lot. And I just love the way the stamps have turned out. And the painting with the inks. That one. Absolutely love them. I had so much fun with those stamps. So a massive thank you to Globleland again. There will be a link down below to Globleland's website if you'd like to go and check out their product. Also, there is a code which is NAT10 if you'd like 10% off of your purchases on checkout. So make sure you use that code. I just got paid, so I'm going to be heading back over to purchase myself some more bits and pieces because they worked really well. I was very impressed with the product I got. Absolutely love it. Got rickrack stuck to me. And yes, I've seen a few other people do some Globleland unboxings recently and been drooling at the bits and pieces that I didn't get. So I must go over and grab some more bits and pieces. Yeah, but I will be on again in about a week or within the next week anyway to use the other, I think it's two more a stamp set and a stamp and die set that I got as well, that I got with these. And I have to find some more projects to do with those. So that's going to be heaps of fun. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope you're well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.